Good evening, guys and girls. So today I'm going to show you the new Vinci and the Vinci R mod. I did an unboxing of these two mods and I've been testing them for about a week. So I'm not going to open up the boxes and show you what you get in the boxes, but what you're basically going to get is, I'll show you on the back of the box, is you're going to get your Vinci device, a PNP 0.8 ohm coil, which is going to be the if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be your mouth to lung coil. You've got your gene chip card, the Vinci pod, which is a 5.5 mL's liquid capacity, your USB cable, warranty card, PNP 0.3 ohm, which is going to be your mesh coil, and your user manual that you're going to get in them. Now both of them come with exactly the same. All that differs is the exact mod that's going into it. Now I've got a lot of people asking me questions about what the difference is between the two. I'll show you exactly what the differences are. One of the main differences on the Vinci mod, you have a visible screen on the mod itself, and you can literally adjust your wattage. This one also detects what coil you have in your pod, so it will adjust the wattage accordingly, and you can actually set this one to either an auto draw, press draw, which you use your button, or you can actually run it in a combination of both of them, so that you can either use the button or the draw. Another thing with this one as well is you can actually, it records your usage, so it shows you how many puffs on which day, or on over a 14 period day, and so forth. With the Vinci R, there is no visible screen on there. You only have indicator lights, and those indicator lights show you either the battery strength, or it will show you the voltage at what it's running, because on this one you cannot adjust the wattage, you can adjust the voltage, which is a 3.2 volts, let me just make sure for you on that one, a 3.5 volts and a 3.8 volts. So if you have only one light on flickering, I'll show you now, it's going to be a 3.2 volts. On two lights flickering, it's going to be a 3.5 volts, and 3.8 volts on all three lights flickering. Okay, that's your packaging. That's what it looks like, as you can see. Okay, so like I said, I've been using these devices for about a week now to test them out, to see exactly what I can get out of them, what it all means, how the device handles itself, and it's something very interesting. It's actually a very nice, serious little mod. They say that it's more that you can do in mouth to lung, and you can do a direct lung on it. For me personally, it can do both. The coils do run it. I've actually tested it with one of the coils that don't come with it as well. I actually tested it with the PNP C1 coils, which is your mouth to lung coils, and with the ones that I'm running on my Voopoo Find S Trio, and it actually performed quite nicely as well. Like I said, I did it on the Vinci, the normal one with the screen, and that one actually, what happened is I used it on that one because I don't want to fry the coils. But that's the thing, is with the chipset that you have in here, which is the new Gene AI chipset, what actually happens is it detects your coil and it prevents it from burning out the coil. So first off, I'm going to show you the pods. This is what the pods looks like. Excuse me for if you see any wetness on there. That is just because, like I said, I was testing them for about a week. Okay, this is what the pod looks like. As you can see on here, you have 4 magnets on there, and that's actually quite a strong hold on that little pod. It doesn't come out very easily. I mean, it won't fall out by itself, but it gets stuck in there quite nicely. 5.5 mLs of liquid. This one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the mesh coil for this one. I'm going to show you how to refill it. So what you're going to do is firstly what I'm going to do is I'm going to just insert the coil. That's what the PNP stands for, is push, press and play, push and play. So you just pop it in there, it clicks in place, and then to refill it, you'll see there's a little silicone tab here on the one side. Let me just zoom in there for you. You can see there's a silicone tab over there. You just pull that to the one side, and that fits quite snug as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this up with e-liquid. This is just a normal 3 milligram Nick strength e-liquid, and what we're going to use today is Dr. Vape's Pink Panther, one of my favorite juices. So we're going to fill that up, and you can actually see as you're filling it up, you can actually see the pod. Let me just zoom there for you guys. You can actually see the pod filling up on its own. So with this pod, what I like about this is you actually got a clear indication of how much juice, how much e-liquid is still left inside the pod. Oh, a little bit of drip there. That's because I was a little bit over eager now. With this one as well, you need to be a little bit more careful when inserting the e-liquid, because it tends to create like a little bit of an airlock, and if the air can't come out, obviously it's going to spill over. Not such a big a thing. You just wipe it off with a cloth, and as all vapors know, we all carry a little vaping cloth with us. So let's just wipe this down, and I'm going to let this one sit so that it can prime properly, get the coil nice and wet. I don't want to damage the coil before we start using it. With this one, I'm going to use the mouth to lung coil, and just pop it in there. And what we're going to do is because it's a mouth to lung coil, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it up with salt neck. This is also, I think, thought of pairing it up with the normal Pink Panther. So this is the 30 milligram salt neck from Pink Panther, from Dr. Vape's, the Pink Panther, and fill it up exactly the same way. And as you can see, you can actually see the liquid filling up the pod. Now, for a mouth to lung device, a 5.5 ml of liquid is quite a lot, if you know what I mean, because most of your pod systems normally have like a 2 milliliter, around about there. This one is like 5.5. It's like normally what you run on a normal good RTA or sub-ohm tank. There we go, and we're going to let that one sit as well. Now quickly, while we're waiting for it, I'm going to quickly show you. As you can see on the sides, you have these little slots. Now that's the airflow slots that are going to be in there. Now if you have the device facing you, you will see that you can either place it in this way with the Voopoo branding to the front. That will be a direct lung feature. So that's, if you have your direct lung coils in there, you can use it that way. And to restrict your airflow a little bit, you can just swap it over so that the silicone tab's at the back, and you can see what it will lock it in place. Let me just make sure that I'm not sure of my facts over there. No, I'm actually wrong. You actually do it the other way around. So what you do is if you, with the Voopoo stamp to the front, it's going to be the mouth to lung. As you can see, there's your slots in there for your airflow, and you slot it in, and that will be for mouth to lung. Then if you want to do it as a direct lung, you just take it out, turn it 180 degrees, pop it back in, and there you have it in a direct lung configuration. Now while we're waiting for this to sit, I'll start showing you about the mods. Okay, so now that you've seen the pods, this is the the two mods. This one over here would be the Vinci, and this one over here would be the Vinci R. Like I said, the differences between the two of them is the Vinci has got a screen where you can actually adjust the wattage, and it actually gives you a puff counter, shows you a history of exactly what your puff counts were over a period of 2 weeks, shows you what coil you have in, the resistance, all that kinds of stuff. The Vinci R is doesn't have a screen. It does have those lights though, and like I said, is on the one light it would show you. There you go. That's at the lowest setting. That's at the middle setting, and that's at the top setting over there. On the Vinci R, it doesn't actually adjust the voltage of the mod itself to adjust towards the coil that you're using. So you actually have to be very careful with that one. So if you it won't burn your coils. Like I said, the Gene AI chip actually stops the mod from actually burning your coils, that if something like that would happen. Okay, so let's check on the size of the mod. You're looking at 104 millimeters by 25.3 by 25.3. So it's not that big. It's not that small either for an all-in-one type of device. As you can see, let me just get something that I can compare it to for you. This is the Zero, the Renova Zero. And as you can see, it's not that big though, so quite small. It does have quite a weight to it, and that's because of that 1500 milliamp hour battery that you have with it, and which actually gives you a good amount of battery life. I've been using them, both of them, and I can honestly tell you I get more than a day of use out of one of them. Puffs, I didn't actually go and do a puff count to see exactly how my puff counts would be, but like I said, it would last you the whole day. It's a nice all-round device. Personally, I like the Voopoo Trio, Find S Trio, which would be this one, more for a mouth to lung type of device. As the draw is much more restrictive, it gives you a lot more flavor on that, especially for a mouth to lung. This one I won't recommend for a direct lung, but definitely for a mouth to lung. This one is a good all-rounder if you are looking for something that can do mouth to lung and direct lung. On a mouth to lung, the draw is not that restrictive though. There's a lot of airflow, so that's the only drawback that I can find on the device. It is a kind of a fingerprint magnet. As you can see, it's got like marks all over it, and but cleans off easy, nice, quick. As you can see, shiny, and it looks so stylish. Works perfectly with the auto and the button draw. Okay, so let's go and let's do a roundabout of the mod. It's constructed out of a zinc alloy. Yeah, I gave you the dimensions: 104 millimeters by 25.3 by 25.3, 1500 milliamp battery. The Vinci goes up to 40 watts, as you can see, and the Vinci R is a purely voltage device, and the voltages that you're going to get is on your lowest setting, it's going to be 3.2 volts, on the medium setting 3.5 volts, and on the maximum setting 3.8 volts. Yeah, and that's it. All around a very good product. I think this is extremely stylish. This is something that actually it's something that catches your eye because it's such a stylish little mod. It's something for the beginner, somebody that's getting into vaping, that's a little bit intimidated by coil building or anything like that, this would be perfect for them because it starts them out at a low wattage. You can actually adjust your wattages with this depending on what coil that you have, the type of liquid that you're using. But I can recommend this definitely for beginners, and even for us guys that are a little bit more advanced. As an everyday carry, this is absolutely perfect. The battery will last you more than a day. The flavor is absolutely phenomenal because of that mesh coil on the direct lung. On the mouth to lung, it's a normal your normal coil. I even tried it with the ceramic coils, like I said, and the flavor is quite good. Yeah, you will really like this. And if you're a cloud chaser with the direct lung, the direct lung, you're going to see this thing chucks clouds like crazy. Let me show you quickly. That's a lot of clouds. That is a lot of clouds for such a little device. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you have any questions or any suggestions, please do comment, give me a message, send me a message. You can follow me on Instagram at Hennypret Vapor. I'm going to spell it for you, at HENYPRETVAPER. Or you can find me on Facebook, Henny Pretorius, and like and subscribe and share. Show your friends. And if you guys have any suggestions, questions, or anything like that, feel free to contact me. Thank you very much.